his house.
Oh. Is anybody else hungry? Well, now that you mention it, I could really go for a pizza.
I've been thinking about Chinese.
I could go for a burger and fries.
Why don't we order it all? Oh, Sophia, that'd be crazy. So this would be the first time we did something a little out of the ordinary around here?
What's the matter with you?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just overly critical. That sometimes happens when you're stunningly beautiful.
Not to mention endlessly irritating.
Blanche, Jake's here. Make yourself at home and don't touch anything.
Hi, everybody.
You are filthy!
I'm sorry, honey. I stopped to help a lady who was...
I'm sorry.
Well, you don't need to be sorry. In fact, I should thank you
For what?
for giving me life. Oh, and it's been a great one. I mean, the Lindstroms were wonderful parents. I had a wonderful husband. I have beautiful children. And I owe it all to you.
World Kingpin, Mickey the Cheese Man Moran is dead.
Mom,
The
turn
Cheese
it
Man
off.
is shown here
Now.
testifying before a Senate
No,
committee on organized
let's just
crime.
hear that to the end.
He was blown up this morning outside his home in suburban Chicago by a bomb attached to the ignition of his car. A violent end for a violent man.
And after Ma got everybody out of the water, people started trying our food.
And before we knew it, there wasn't a pizza or a quiche left on the shelf.
The place is a hit.
Sophia, I am very proud of you. Not only did you save the business, but you saved all those people from the shock.
Hello? Oh, hi. Yes, I heard you called. What a pleasant surprise. I'm pretty sure I can make it. Just let me check my book.
I know.
Must you do that?
She can't help it, Blanche. She has to blow her nose. Or is that a banana?
White boy from Brooklyn who could scat.
But, honey, I don't understand. I thought the job was supposed to last till the end of the summer.
Well, I had artistic differences with the owner of the club.
People pick on him because he's always the most talented.
Well, he fired me because he wanted everyone in the band to wear a tie, and I refused.
Michael stands up for his principles.
He's the Norma Ray of the music business. Do you really want to abandon her?
Anybody home?
Let's go. Okay, girls, let's go.
Good.
Blanche.
Dorothy, I just can't take my eyes off that man's body. I want to see Moa.
He is covered with oil, wearing a loincloth.
No, he never would have eaten my veal again. Oh, honey, now you'll just do fine.
No, I won't. I remember the last time I tried to give a speech. I was in high school. Do you want to hear about it?
Would you follow us if we tried to make a run for it?
Yes.
I've only got tonight.
Okay. But I don't want you to stand out in that outfit. I'll go change into something plaid. Hi, girls.
Go to the hospital. Well, Sophia, you ought to at least see a doctor, honey.
The doctor's coming.
What, doctor?
He's a friend of mine.
We're going to the hospital.
Dorothy, this guy is good. He's probably the most learned, respected, important neurologist in the state of Florida.
How'd you ever meet a man like that?
We were judges at a wet t-shirt contest.
The point I'm trying to make is your behavior in this shoe thing is extreme. Each you move in that same day. But after I saw what I had to choose from, you seemed like a gift from heaven. You wouldn't believe some of the people I interviewed. Well, I think that about completes our tour, Madame Zelda. Anything else I can tell you about the place?
Yes.
was a young woman in a... Coming.
Thank God you're here. I was a wreck. I was sitting there night after night with Oliver, just lonely as hell. I didn't know what was going on up here. Then I thought, what if I lose her?
If you sing, I'll buy you a puppy. Slap on a happy grin and spread sunshine all over. Oh, let me have that boa. Just put on a happy. Put on a happy. Oh, Daddy's filling the goal.
Come again.
They are great kids. One of them plays with matches and stuff, but you don't smoke, do you?
Teddy, you old stud!
I mean, you hang around the master long enough, you're going to pick up a few tricks.
My business was collapsing. I was facing disgrace, Blanche. Well, I know I could have stayed and faced the music, but it's just this damn Southern pride. It's the same Southern pride that kept me from being a dancer.
With the guys here in Miami. They simply cannot say those three little words, quick, call 911! So that's who I am, a substitute teacher with you.
She's outside. She's bartering with the cabbie, you know. Imagine a man who would take cash over a rooster.
Well, tell us now, what brings you all to Florida?
Well, we are here to take our daughter back to Sicily for her wedding.
Yeah, but Gina came with you.
Gina is not our...
No, not Susan and Tom. Even my husband didn't believe me on my wedding night when I told him he was the first.
But George wasn't your first.
Well, he didn't know that. The point is, he didn't believe me.
Look, Blanche. Blanche, I'm sorry.
I didn't realize baby was such an inconvenience. I'm sorry. I'll call my relatives and see if somebody can take him off my hands.
Him and the $100,000. Remember, Blanche, the pig is going to drop any day.
Rose, come back here, honey. I guess maybe I was a little bit too hasty.
Should these be lower?
All right, this is it. Now, don't forget, you've got something he wants.
Yeah. What?
Don't worry, it'll all come back to you. Take your glasses off. And you know, it's a good idea.
I'm staying out of it.
Good. Do you want to go light a fire under her?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
Because I think she's getting burned enough as it is.
Look, would you just go tell Blanche to hurry up? I've got to teach this woman what being on time means.
Wait a minute. I don't want you teaching her anything.
You know...
Either I mixed the Elvis list with the wedding list, or everyone in Max's family appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Who cares already? Let's just do it.
We are gathered here today to join this man and this woman in matrimony.
Remember, ESP, energy, smile, personality. They like me.
Dearly beloved, we are assembled here in the sight of God and these witnesses to join this man and this woman in matrimony, to marry them, husband and wife.
Compassionate, but bubbling with sensuality just below the surface.
Oh, that's a relief. All this time I thought it was gas.
Ladies, it's time. Time to walk through the looking glass. Time to take that last glimpse of your former selves.
He didn't call, he didn't come home. It's not like Ted. I've got to go find him. Could have gotten mugged. He could be lying out in a gutter somewhere, bleeding to death. It's worse than I thought.
Magnificent. I fear you're not making any sense.
Excuse me, Mrs. Kierkegaard. It's 4 a.m.
Ma, is there a point to this?
And if there wasn't, what are you going to do? Put decorative bars on my window? Yes, there is a point. If you're going to sell real estate, make sure you own it.
Sophia, I do own it.
Can I get you another slice of cake, Uncle Angelo?
No, thank you.
I'll take a slice, darling.
No problem, sweetheart.
Hurry back, dumpling.
My feet have wings, barf bag.
Thor, the one thing I do remember is that I only went out with you because of Charlie Nyland. I used you to make Charlie jealous. It was Charlie I loved, not you.
Oh. I feel so stupid.
Make 100 for half the money. So, of course, he got the contract. When the Navy came back to check on the progress 6 months later, they discovered there'd been a terrible misunderstanding. Phineas had made 100 Hoagie heroes for $500,000. He claimed that... Well, luckily, there were some Druid priests who were in town for the opening of Stonehenge Land. They said they could stop it if they could sacrifice the town's dumbest virgin. I don't know why I raised my hand.
To be, how he loves you and how much you love him, and I think she'd realize that her time with him was over, and she'd let go graciously and wish him well. In fact, I think that's exactly what she'd do.
Restful sleep.
Are you saying that you put this under my bed?
But I was only trying to be helpful. I figured with those terrible bugs, you needed to rest.
Dorothy always looks like that.
Besides, it'll take a lot more than rest to get rid of those babies.
Hey, everybody. We've got some great news.
We found a place. It's absolutely perfect. It's near the beach, it's reasonably priced, and it's just the right size.
Ma, that's great.
We're so excited, we can't wait to show it to you. Well, that's that. Anything else you need me to straighten out for you?
No, Ma. So tell me, how was the wedding?
Beautiful. Until the bride lifted her veil. I shudder to think what was under that dress.
How about some ice cream? You ladies care to join us?
No, thanks. We don't want to spoil our dinner.
Not that that outfit hasn't done a good job already.
Buzz, I'm not sure I should go. You see, I haven't been totally honest with you. I'm involved with...
The lowest you're going to see.
Are you kidding? This is the highest I have seen. Look!
$3,000?
Hey, ladies, hire whoever you like, but I'm an expert. I can take a toilet apart blindfolded.
Now, there's a dying art. What's your point?
The point is, a lot of things can go wrong. Wood rot, loose plaster, cracked pipes.
I detect a little sibling rivalry.
Oh, I don't know. I guess I've just always had the feeling that my parents liked Gloria better than they liked me.
Oh, I know for a fact my parents liked my sisters better than they did me.
Oh, Blanche, that's silly. How could you know a thing like that?
They told me.
Oh, Blanche, I can't believe it.
After all, say, would you like to have this?
Really?
Oh, wait, you ought to have it. After all, you're his son. I wanna be loved by you, just you, nobody else but you. I wanna be loved by you, alone, boo-boo-ba-doo. Oh, hi, handsome, what's your name?
His name's Don, and he just had hip surgery.
What else is on your list, Arthur?
I wanted to entertain people.
Oh, you an entertainer?
Well, yes. I was in the drama club. I was also voted the most humorous girl in my class.
She went to a special school for the dull.
I did not.
Okay, it's time.
About the procedure? I put in a temp, and now you are ready for a crown.
I'm not talking about the procedure.
I'm sorry I didn't get that.
You touched me. You fondled me. Didn't you?
Rose, this happens to dentists all the time. Aside of...
Together, huh?
Yes, I found him last week. But I wouldn't feel right having a home if he didn't. We'd become very attached to you.
You know, I think that shows great strength of character. I like you, and I like cats. I also happen to have a room for rent, and the name is Blanche Devereaux.
Why would you name a room Blanche Devereaux?
Why didn't you tell me?
I thought he'd come back, and when he didn't, well, I was afraid if you knew the truth, you'd never forgive me. It's water under the bridge. What's the big deal?
Stanley's Bornak, Ma. That's the big deal. When John didn't show up that night, I lost all my self-esteem. And when Stan asked me out 2 weeks later, I said yes.
All the day and night time, hear me sigh.
Oh, Stanley Zbornak, I don't believe that you're trying to charm me.
Is it working?
I don't think so.
Then you leave me no choice. I'll have to pull out the big gun.
You're wasting your time, Stanley. I'm familiar with the big gun.
Sophia, would you mind? Sure, why not? I'm over 80. I've had plenty of chances to rest in my lifetime. Today alone, I probably sat down 3-4 times. I'll answer the door and then I'll hot tar the roof.
Hello?
Hello?
Discuss it with me.
Fine, let's discuss
There's
it.
nothing to discuss. I'm not moving in.
Dorothy, if I ever do this to you, I want you to take me out to a field and shoot me.
Could you put that in writing?
Dorothy, come closer.
Okay, I think I can...
A cold winter's night, but all year long. Take care of him, God. If anything happened, I just...
Rose, thanks for the lovely prayer. Now shut up and get into...
This is who I am, Dorothy. Learn to live with it or medicate me.
I still can't believe that Rose caused all this trouble.
Unbelievable.
This whole fantasy about Bob Hope is sick.
Sick.
I mean, if she's gonna have fantasies, they ought to be the normal, healthy kind, like sweat.
The sword swallower.
And I think I have a grip on this.
I guess at our age, we do a lot of wishful thinking.
We did come close, though.
If the circus is ever in town, I'll leave the tent flap open for you.
Zbornak, I'm beautiful, men find me desirable, and people want to be my friend.
I'm sorry, I confused you, honey. You're supposed to say 3 positive things that apply to you. You know, like you could say, I'm Dorothy Zbornak.
When Kendall told her the truth, she flew into a jealous rage. She plunged the steak knife into his chest. That tramp murdered my lover.
I know Blanche Devereaux, Lieutenant, and this tramp is incapable of committing murder. Okay, we got a
You're always losing everything. You lost our tickets to the Julio Iglesias concert. You misplaced 2 sets of house keys. You even had to have somebody help you find your car at the airport.
I know I didn't lose those earrings. I'll find them for you right now.
You better hurry up. I have to be there by 6 o'clock.
You've still got plenty of time. It's only...
I'd love to.
Oh, hello there, Stanley.
Oh, hi, guys.
You just wait right here, honey. You will never guess what this impulsive, wonderful fool just did. He bought a fire engine red convertible, put it on his credit card. I have to get it wrapped.
Hey, dude, so...
Problem. I'll drag my bad leg over to the door.
Ma'am, you really shouldn't open the door without asking who it is first.
Fine. Who is it?
Detective Al Mullins, Miami PD.
Rose, in my opinion, it is time to say bye-bye to Mr. Longfellow and Elvis. I mean, what's the use of having a garage sale if we can't part with anything?
How much for this hockey stick?
$1,100.
Rose, you're just incredible on Miami Vice Trivia. I've never met anyone so smart.
Ed, for a policeman, you've led a very sheltered life.
Come on, everybody, we're going home.
I just put popcorn in the microwave.
Listen, Ed, I'm sorry. You're a nice guy, but
I have to go. Dorothy?
Yes, Blanche?
What are you doing out there?
Checking the sprinkler system. Looks good. Good night.
You get yourself. This time I have really done it. Thanks to me, the hospital charity banquet is going to be held in the Versailles room of the Bedford Hotel.
Blanche, the committee is on a budget.
I know it, but don't worry. I worked out a special deal.
But we can't afford that room.
I know it, but don't worry. I worked out a special deal. I told the manager if he'd let us have that room, I would persuade...
Here you go, Ma. Guess it's going to take you a little while to get adjusted to being home from the convent, hmm?
Well, to tell you the truth, Dorothy, it isn't that much different.
George, what do you say? We'd really love to have you.
Maybe some other time. What about forgive and forget, Dot?
I am not Dot. Goodbye, George.
Bye, Dot. Where are you going?
Going to New York.
Great, let's do it. You're not invited, Oliver. I'm going
I need a new menu. Mine seems to be full of mistakes. For example, it says a small glass of tomato juice is $6. I see. Oh, room service, I'll have to call you back.
There's no Twin Oaks to go back to. I sold it.
You what?
Sold it. Sold everything. Well, now, if I'm going to go out on the road and do this thing right, I need money.
All right, this has gone far enough. I will not allow you to...
Who did Ma always leave in charge?
Me?
Right. And do you know why?
Yeah, because Phil played with matches.
No. Because Ma trusted you with responsibility. In her eyes, I could never be as good as you. Ma looked at you and saw a wonderful future.
Well, then what is the surprise, Daddy?
Well, I was going to save it, but what the heck. I'm singing at the Sagebrush Club tomorrow night.
You doing what?
I'm singing. That's my surprise. And I want you and your friends...
A herring, and the Lindstroms wanted to train him for the circus.
Weren't they kind of hard to see riding on the elephants?
Oh, not that kind of circus. A herring circus. Sort of like SeaWorld. Only smaller.
Woman who beats her laundry on a rock? I meant you should move here to Miami.
Oh, that's a great idea. Angela, you would love Miami.
Angela, what do you say?
Oh, I don't know. I'm too old to pick up and move to a strange country.
What are you talking about? Before your husband died, you lived here for 30 years.
I don't know.
Oh, come on, honey. No.
Ma? Dorothy, how long have you been here?
A while.
He's not coming back, is he?
It's true. Charlie was the only lover I ever had, and my first time was on our wedding night.
Get out of here.
Oh, back off, Blanche. Not all of us are classified by the Navy as a friendly port. Friends? I mean, why did you do this, Stan?
I'm scared, Dorothy. I'm scared of being alone. This whole experience has made me feel so vulnerable, so mortal. Being here with you makes me feel secure. Sure, it's great having somebody cook your meals, clean your room.
I'll move to it. But I need to go in the bathroom, Rose. I hate to go anywhere without my Actifed. Good morning.
I can't let you see my eyes. They look terrible from crying.
Rose, you couldn't possibly look terrible to me. I left my contact lenses in the bathroom.
Elvis, I am not interested.
And the world heaves a collective sigh of relief.
Just hit that music, girl, and follow my lead. Look into my eyes.
Well, there were already 3 other people in town. But that's beside the point. One day, I got up the courage to go up to mean old Lady Hickenlooper and ask her why she always frowned. Well, she had been born with no smiling muscles. M-I-A, another M-I, M-I-A, M-I spells Miami Beach.
Girls.
It stirs emotion.
Girls.
It's by the ocean.
Girls.
So bring your suntan.
Girls.
What?
Order. Each generation improves upon it in some way. Like, for instance, it was my great-grandmother who added heat. What did you add, Sophia? A mouthful of wine.
Ma, Jane, do you? I mean, you know, what I mean is
I know what you mean. You didn't tell your roommates that Pat was a woman, did you?
Well, they just assumed that Pat was your husband, and I wanted to make sure it was okay with you before I told
Oh, well, listen, Dorothy, I'm not embarrassed or ashamed of who I am. Hey, you know your friend...
Rose, what the hell are you doing? You're right, Blanche.
Well, you damn straight I'm right. I'm sorry I yelled at you.
Oh, don't apologize. I mean, this is what I want. Oh, God, this waiting is driving me crazy. Blanche, when you were tested, how did you make it through?
Just kept it to
Some money towards one of those new stereo models.
Sell it, honey. I don't think we could give it away.
Oh, you'd be amazed at the things people will buy. When I moved from my house into the apartment, I had a garage sale and I made a lot of money. Of course, I probably would have made a lot more if I could tell a 1 from a 20.
Oh, girls, let's do that. Let's have a garage.
All a big mistake.
Voila.
Oh, will you? All my keys are bent.
Don't just stand there. Applaud them. Of Snellmations.
You know, Rose, sometimes I wish somebody had turned the hose on your parents.
Oh, front page.
Notice that the dagger was found to the left of the victim. A throat is almost always cut from behind.
Not part of the show, people. Not part of the show.
Well, I guess what I'm really trying to say is, Blanche, will you be my wife again?
No, Sonny, I haven't made a decision.
Find out it's a musical?
So, Jean and Rose aren't back yet?
No, they're probably having lunch together again.
They certainly have hit it off, haven't they?
I'm so glad. Jean's really such a lovely person.
Oh, yes, she is. Lovely.
Neat and good at math. I'm so glad you got your own Disneyland. Thank you. Goodbye. Dorothy! Dorothy! Mr. Yamamoto just called about a teaching job. A nuclear bomb the day after. 8 years old, and this is the kind of thing that's on her mind.
That's unbelievable.
Well, she wasn't the only one. 3 other girls did pictures just like it. I don't understand it.
Honey, it's not so uncommon. I mean, kids hear about nuclear war on TV. They read it in the papers. It's part of their lives. I mean, they can't help it.
My favorite little girl.
I love you.
I love you too.
It ain't gonna worry me for long. It ain't gonna worry me for long.
I'll get up in the morning and I'll still be singing my song.
You're kidding.
Hell no. Picture this.
I didn't murder him.
Of course you didn't murder him, honey. He probably had a heart attack. Now, look, his family has to be notified. Now, did he ever speak of any family?
He has a sister he lives with.
Yeah, what's her name?
His name was Al Beatty. Her name's Beatty, too. She never married. Why should you be president?
Well, because I saw Elvis and Harem scare him over 50 times.
So did I.
I have every album he ever recorded.
So have I, and every single.
I slept with him in a Motel 6 outside Chattanooga.
Congratulations.
Now, look, Rose...
Wait, what about the dress Jamie Farr promised us from MASH?
No, it hasn't come yet.
But he promised.
Honey, we have a lot of other stuff. It's okay.
No, it's not. He let you down. Well, I'm not surprised. You couldn't trust Klinger on guard duty, and you can't trust him now.
Rose, take it easy.
Oh, I'm the one who's supposed to take it easy.
Put her in a bear suit with pom-poms. Do the growl, pussycat. Come on, do the growl. That's it. That's it.
Now, it so happens I was their good luck charm. They won a lot of games with me in that suit.
Sure, the other team was always afraid we'd send in the bear.
I'll go tell the nurse you're here.
That's a lovely chair.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I'd give anything for an electric wheelchair.
Well, we'll see. Honey, the pageant is just a few days away. You can go to that circus any old time. How many years can you enter the Little Miss contest?
Evidently 23.
At least my mother voted for me. Hours, paralyzed with fear. I kept thinking to myself, what is a simple Protestant farm girl doing in the parking lot of a gin mill in a flashy, fast-paced city like Tyler's Landing?
So did you get out of the truck or what?
Of course. I marched up to the door. No, I just have to work this out for myself.
Why don't you just sleep on it, Rose? I know you'll make the right decision.
Good night, honey. A Yankee from New Jersey. You're a profile in courage, Blanche.
Well, that about concludes the first meeting of the Hunka Hunka Burnin' Love fan club. But before we adjourn, our secretary has a real special surprise. A genuine Elvis artifact.
So I am a woman in my 50s. I mean, common sense says that I have gotten flowers before.
So, Dorothy, tell me, are those flowers from men? Are they, Are they?
It doesn't matter where they come from. It's not important that some men find your daughter attractive and send her gifts as a token of their affection. What is important is that you...
I have a terrific idea. Before we go home to spend Christmas with our families, why don't we have a little celebration right here? St. Olaf style.
Now, I will not drink eggnog while wearing a cast iron brassiere.
We don't do that at Christmas. We do that at Easter.
Angelo, they're all grown up.
Nice.
Kate is an interior decorator in New York, and Michael is a very successful musician.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed Michael didn't want to go in the novelty business with me.
Yes, it was a crushing blow when he decided to join the Boston Philharmonic instead of selling rubber dog poop door to door.
What's wrong with a mother wanting to hold her child? Dorothy, do this for me. Sit on my lap.
Well, if you're sure, there you are. Ma, I scheduled the appointment for your checkup. Ma, you know you have to have a physical. What do you want me to do? Take you to court? Have you declared incompetent?
I'm not incompetent. Once, when I laughed too hard, I had a little accident.
So you can imagine how relieved Farmer Gunlinger was when he looked up and saw it wasn't his cow up in that tree. What's the matter?
The cow story. My wife's name was Elsie.
Maui!
Oh, that's all right. I'm a stewardess. I fly for free.
Oh, no, but the thought should count for something.
Chrissy, something happened here in Miami, something that changed the way I feel.
Listen, Stanley, you know, before
Dorothy,
I
Dorothy,
really
don't
think
be
that you should-
embarrassed. Chrissy deserves to hear the truth. It's all...
Unhappy just because it paid well.
Yes, and I would encourage you to moonlight.
I quit because I wasn't reaching the students. I wasn't getting through. I'm going back to high school.
Look at this remote control. Feel the heft. Feel the power.
It's only been rerun 3 times.
Hello, what has gotten into you lately? Before you retired, you were the most active man I ever knew. I had to run to keep up with you. Now you're nothing but a couch potato. You should do more, Al. You've earned it. Isn't there one thing you've always dreamed about? And this is my friend Blanche.
Hello, you all. I have had such a great time here that I would like to express my appreciation to Premier Gorbachev on this special day. Happy birthday, model.
Your daughter's a fashion model?
She's just beautiful, always has been. Gorgeous blonde hair, sparkling blue eyes, a figure men would mortgage a house for. We were always so much alike. And so close, just like Siamese twins.
It's a shame when they separated you, you got both.
Splurged? Okay, 1 year we went to Chicago to tour the stockyards. But it was our 20th anniversary. We had a romantic trip coming.
You must have been the envy of every woman in St. Olaf.
Oh, it was more than the stockyards. We even got to...
Hoping to catch me in the act. What act?
Second act of My Fair Lady.
Finally, I had to tell Jean-Pierre I could not take it anymore, and we broke up. I was completely crushed.
I guess you really liked him.
No, I really liked the American boy.
Without exception, stand up for him.
But honey, I'm desperate.
Con Dorothy into it.
Conning Dorothy isn't thought, but I don't know if I have it in me to do all the persuading, all the convincing. And oh my God, is that Dorothy? Or Miss Lana Turner?
It's beautiful. I never saw a more perfect piece of fruit.
No? Then try kissing my behind. It's a real peach.
Sophia. Or get over it.
Oh, honey. I hope you're not too upset about not fitting in with those dreadful people today.
Those small-minded Peckerwoods aren't real Southerners. I am a...
One for my baby. I remember.
Ma, you do?
Yeah. I heard a smoke alarm, looked up and saw flames coming out of the heater. Maria was confused. I grabbed her on the hot plate and ran out. It was the heater.
Are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure. It was the heater.
You dig up...
Real fast. There it is. My mother's face. Scares me to death. It just scares me to death. I just get so depressed I don't want to get out of bed in the morning. I don't want to get out of bed ever again.
Rose. Look, Rose, we...
This is my daughter, Dorothy. She's an English teacher.
And you are...
Linda Ronstadt. I'm doing the Pirates of Penzance across town.
Oh, Rose, I'm having a wonderful time. You're a lot of fun to be with.
Oh, I'm having a good time, too. I don't think I've had this much fun since I was a little girl back in St. Olaf. I remember once when I was about 10. Leaving there, I hunted 3 hours for his owner.
I hate dogs, Rose.
Oh, Dorothy, come on. Nobody hates dogs. Oh, please, just for the night, I promise. Please, Auntie Dorothy. I won't be any trouble, please.
You're all right.
I thought you were lonely. I thought you needed me.
I did, and you were there just like always. I love you, pussycat. But hey, I got my own life to live. Adios.
Now remember, girls, as far as anybody else here is concerned, Jasper DeKimmel is in perfect health.
Right.
I'm surprised Jasper's not here tonight. He never misses one of these auctions.
Well, it's not because he's dying.
Einstein loved all mankind. She was Celia Rubinstein.
This funeral isn't for Celia Rubinstein. It's for Frida Claxton.
The Rubenstein funeral is down the hall.
In that case, bacon and eggs.
Girls, I just don't know what I am going to do about Mr. Ted Tanner.
If the man wants to colorize movies, let him colorize movies. It's show business, for God's sake.
Rose, are you still in there? This is crazy. Look, I talked to the purser. Another cabin is available, and
Please, don't open it, please.
Why?
Because it's a naughty picture of me.
Oh, a naughty picture of you. Oh, Rose darling. Oh.
Darling? Sophia, what are you doing here?
I live here, remember? What is this, the Miss Black America contest?
Marguerite, I'd like you to meet my mother. This is my mother, Sophia
I've decided that last night was a bigger disappointment than losing Butter Queen. Do you want to know why?
No.
Meg, come in. Sandwich afterwards.
Oh, yeah. I guess sex and food are a big part of our lives. In fact, just recently, last summer or last spring, it's so hard to remember which.
Why does it have to be so hard?
The hardest part for me was explaining to my
Fat woman with a wooden leg and a totally hairless cat named Cincinnati Jake.
No.
Then I don't remember her.
Oh, Ma, look at this. A list I made of things I wanted to do with my life.
You know, I had a list like that, and I've done most of them. Except for...
Rose, I came over as soon as I got rid of the guys. Hey, what were you thinking dashing off that way?
I felt awful. That picture was meant for you.
6 kids.
Yeah, but she had to leave 2 behind. I think if they cross state lines, it's a parole violation.
Sophia, you mean you're moving for good?
Not for good. I'm just gonna help them raise the kids. I'll be back as soon as they graduate from high school. Let's see, they're 14 now. That should be about 10, 12 years.
Dutch Schultz, Al Capone.
Rocco, are you saying that you were in the mob?
I ran Detroit.
The marathon. He ran the Detroit Marathon. Come on, we're in the middle of a hand. 4 of a kind. Beat that.
Straight flush. Pay me, honey.
Me?
Let me finish. Miles, maybe you did it because you're just a little nervous about us getting married.
Well, I am, a little.
Well, that's because we're rushing into it for some free honeymoon, not because we're ready. And Dorothy...
What in hell is going on here?
This is Baby, 5 times Blue Ribbon winner at the Minnesota State Fair. This sweet little thing was your uncle's pride and joy.
Oh, my God, that's the cutest baby I've ever seen.
Ma, it's a pig!
What is 8 times 6? Okay, now that we have a few minutes. I think Rose made 2 very good points. 1, not all psychotics are dangerous. And 2, honey, you have to let go.
I'm in exactly the same position.
Not exactly. I'm 5 years older, and nobody wants me around.
Oh, honey, we want you around. We just can't afford to pay you.
Rose, look at me. Rose, listen, you are feeling sorry for yourself. Sure, you're 5 years old.
That's not his. He had Buddy Klein do it for him.
This is a proxy?
He doesn't mind doing it in his own bed, but there's something about doing it in a public place.
Kind of like sex.
Maybe where you come from.
Sophia, you were just putting me on about those eels, right?
Please, in Sicily, it wouldn't be Christmas without a plate of eels. Eels and larks.
Larks? Well, honey, larks aren't eating birds, they're singing birds.
They don't sing long in Sicily.
Ma, you are not dying.
I am, Dorothy. I had a dream last night, a death dream. Your father spoke to me.
Spoke to you? How?
Do I look like Rich Little? Just listen. I'm sitting in the living room, and the clock strikes 9. Then the bell rings. It's your father in his fedora. He always...
The photographers. Wave to the fans.
Rose, they're about to announce the winner.
I wish Blanche would have come to see me win my award.
Honey, this thing with Doug and Clayton has been pretty rough on her.
Just to bring me up to speed for St. Olaf,
That's right.
how much is it?
You want the express or the yokel?
Don't you mean local?
No, ma'am, I mean yokel. On the yokel, a family of first cousins plays banjo music as the passengers get on and off.
Do they take requests?
No?
Give me the express.
You got about an hour to kill.
I could just kiss you.
Not until we locate a toothbrush, okay?
Well, it is high time something went right on this trip.
Now all we have to do is figure out a way to get to the studio.
We can always walk. It's only 39 blocks. If we start right now, we can still get there in time.
I have a better...
What are you doing?
I thought we'd walk out on our knees.
Why?
Icebreaker?
She didn't apologize, did she?
Come on now, I've had it, that's enough. Come on.
I don't think I can stand it much longer. My body feels like a Corvette up on blocks with its engine racing and the wheels just spinning and spinning with nowhere to go. I feel like I'm going to explode. Dorothy, you have to help me. You have to do something.
Honey, there's nothing I can do, so get that look out of your eye and let go of my hand.
And just make yourself comfortable.
Oh, no, I couldn't. I'm never comfortable. You wouldn't know it because I'm not lifting my arms, but I've nearly sweated through this suit.
I guess Rose forgot to mention the reception tonight's black tie.
I have it in my pocket.
You know, I don't know what happened. We got in the car, we were going to my place. Well, she wanted to go to my place. And then she didn't want to go to my place, and the next thing I know, we were headed for the airport.
Oh, that is low. Not only do you take advantage of her, but you take her to the one area in town that has the cheapest motel rates.
I never worried about who my fantasy parents were. I only worried about who my real parents were. Imagine a monk who'd taken a vow of silence. I mean, they made love and he never even called her the next day.
Oh, Rose, I know you're disappointed, but honey, couldn't you?
Sophia! Sophia!
Well, where'd she go? The wedding's about to start. Is that you, Sophia? No, it's Merlin Olsen. I'm watering my forget-me-not bouquet.
Honey, we've come to help you get ready.
The wedding is off.
So I just spit it right out. Carl, I'm dumping you for Coach Wilkins. Afterwards, I felt much better. You just go ahead and tell me. Go ahead.
Okay. George Devereaux, your husband.
Well, there are just dozens of ways to seduce a man. Hundreds, maybe even thousands.
I think that you should forget the ones that involve swinging naked from a door frame.
You need to get him in a romantic situation, Rose. Why don't you ask him to take you away for the weekend?
I think we should
It's bad news.
Oh, that's eerie. I had the same feeling.
My Aunt Gretchen in Fort Lauderdale died.
Oh, honey,
Rose.
I'm sorry. Were you close to your Aunt Gretchen?
No, I couldn't stand her. My job, as far as I'm concerned, you're just another patient. A monk with my nose.
Rose, I realize this is a lot for you to deal with all of a sudden. You must have so many questions.
Just one, actually. Will you be having the halibut or the chicken Kiev?
We expect you each to cough up $2,500 in 30 days.
Well, what if we can't?
We'll just have to put a lien on your bank accounts, your property, and your salaries. And if that doesn't work, we'll just have to incarcerate you.
Oh, my God. We're going to jail.
She cannot stand to see anyone else happy.
Calm down, Dorothy. I'll brew you some tea.
I don't want any tea.
Oh, but this is a special blend. It's very soothing.
Rose, have you been drinking much of this?
Only at night when I can't sleep.
This is loaded with caffeine.
But we need caffeine. I wish I had a codicil. I'll get it.
Hello? Idle passion. Well, I had to call a cab to take me home. Never mind. The point is, you snore.
Hey, let's face it. None of you was a day at the beach. Remember when we had that cold snap and the heat gave out? Boy, what a night.
And they'll even run your picture and let you use up to 100 words in your biography.
How do you know that?
Rumor.
Well, I suppose I could try it, but I could never, ever see myself going out with a man I met that way.
Honey, desperate times call for desperate measures.
Blanche, you make it sound like I'm the only woman in Miami.
Good, aren't they?
Oh, I don't need them. Then why do you want them? To play army. And sometimes I like to line them up around my bed and pretend I'm Gulliver. You know, Blanche, you put yourself through this hell every year. Are you sure it's worth it?
Of course it's worth it. On my anniversary, speedos stand up and say, hello there. Oh, I know. You can give Miles one of those boudoir photographs. You know, where you pose for pictures in sexy lingerie.
Oh, I don't know. I'd feel cheap. Like you.
Oh, gross. Come on. He thought the baby was mine. I just didn't correct him. Well, it's not a lie. I'm just withholding the truth.
Blanche, how could you do that?
Because over the past couple of weeks, I've really gotten to like him. And if I go back now and tell him the truth, he'll think I'm a liar.
Oh, what he is sick. Why, the plane trip alone could kill him.
Besides, even if he did get home safely, who knows what kind of care he would get? Nobody loves that pig as much as you do.
As much as we all do.
If you all think it's really best for him, I guess he should stay. Oh, thank you for caring so much. Well, don't look at me.
Rose, you made the reservation.
I know. I just don't want you looking at me.
Look, I'm terribly sorry about the mix-up, but this is not for us. We'd like to leave.
I'm afraid you're with us for the night, ladies. The bus doesn't leave down the mountain till tomorrow morning.
Ladies, may I show you to your room?
Just point.
Benjamin husband wasn't black. He was from New Jersey. I went to my senior prom with a Yankee. Sonny Bono, get off my lanai.
Dorothy, before I go, can I make just one more plea for your heart?
Oh, all right, Sonny, go ahead.
That was it.
Goodbye, Sonny.
Is allowed to shave the woman's head and make her wear an itchy hat.
I hear Pakistan has the same penalty for jaywalking.
Swain,
Hi, Blind.
something wrong? Well, you agreed when I said it.
Ladies, let me explain. You know I should have made my choice long ago, but the truth is you each inspire me so well. I wish I could continue seeing you all, but I understand why that is unacceptable. Therefore, my choice will have to be...
Laszlo, before you make your choice, just let me...
True. We'd really like you to stay with us for the next 48 hours.
Please, for half the price I could go to Club Med, get a nicer room, better food, and not be forced to pee in a Dixie cup. Is there a draft in here? Oh, whoa. For Louis the Ice Pick.
Ma, you said Charles de Gaulle.
Yeah, right. I slept with Charles de Gaulle. I could have been the first lady of France, but I married your father instead. A man who cleaned his toenails with a shrimp fork.
You could. Believe her, Blanche, she couldn't.
I know just how you feel. I couldn't even think of another man for years after my husband died.
And that's exactly why you have bad muscle tone. Let me know if you change your mind.
I haven't eaten.
Your parents told you that. I don't care if they are from the South.
Well, they didn't tell me in words, they told me in actions. Like on our birthdays. Now, when we were little, every year my sisters had huge parties with clowns and magicians and tons of presents.
No, and you didn't.
Well, not exactly. I mean, I did have parties, and I...
Hell, I'm out of the pizza business. Is there anything else to eat?
Stanley, why do you always end up here when you have a problem?
You're my best friend.
But we don't like you.
I know, but you're still my best friend.
Well, you can't depend on coming around here forever. Blanche is thinking about selling the house.
Selling our house?
Even triples. You know what that means?
Sure, it means that if he dies, those crummy pictures of his will be worth a fortune. He'll have more money than he'll know what to do with.
You almost got it, Rose.
They're gonna auction off some of Jasper de Kimmel's art this week with a piece of...
They lock us in our rooms and force us to look like we're having fun. Then they take pictures for their brochure.
Ma, you know that's not true. You'll have to excuse my mother. She recently had a stroke, and her perception is a little, distorted.
Oh, yeah.
Selling mosquitoes, Rose. I mean, not that they don't serve a purpose. All life is precious. I care about our wetlands. I just wish they were more glamorous, you know.
Good evening, Father. My, this must be an important cause. Don't you usually make the nuns ask for money? A lullaby.
Well, sort of. Mr. Sandman.
Oh, I don't know, Rose.
Dorothy, come on. It's worth a try. It's either we sing or he sings.
All right.
Boom. Boom. One woman who even had her jaw wired shut.
Oh, is that something that you'll be testing, Rose?
Oh, here you all are.
How'd you your physical go?
Oh, just fine. The doctor could not believe it when I told him my age.
Why? What age did you tell him?
It's my money. I took it from your purse.
Oh, Ma, I don't know if he'll ever forgive me.
Dorothy, the day you left me at Shady Pines, do you remember what I told you?
Of course. You told me you'd never forgive me.
But look at us now. Everything's fine.
What, are you saying that no matter how bad things are between Michael and me, they'll change?
I couldn't stand it. And I realize I've been going too fast for you. You can't change overnight.
I'd like to try. Here's step one. I drew a sketch on the plane. I've decided to make an office in the house and move my practice there.
No.
Lappin peed on me.
I guess old habits die hard.
Listen, why don't I go back with Dorothy and then you can stop by the house when you're finished?
You're a terrific lady, Rose Nyland.
Thank you.
So how come you're not wearing the terrific lady button I got for you?
Oh, sorry. See, Charlie liked to eat each type of fruit separately. He hated it when they were all mixed together.
Then why did you make fruit salad?
That was an argument we must have had about 1,000,000 times. But he hated cantaloupe. He said he'd rather...
Oh, it's lovely.
I see. Have you ever been to Europe?
No, but it's always been a dream of mine.
Interesting. How many fingers am I holding up?
2?
Fine. You can go back in the living room now.
Promotion at the museum.
Oh, no, did not tell you that position was filled.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, the museum director gave it to Sally Fulkerson. The money I spent on tuition, she spent on a tummy tuck and a butt lift.
Blanche, I hope you're not discouraged.
Oh, not one bit. My time will come. One day her butt will